Willkommen bei Cybersecurity Unfiltered. Nicht der Angriff ist entscheidend, sondern das, was danach passiert. Denn oft bleibt das eigentliche Problem unsichtbar, der Abfluss von Daten. In dieser Episode Hackers don't win when they break in, they win when data leaves. Diese Serie wird präsentiert von Softlanding in Zusammenarbeit mit BlackFog. Und heute sprechen wir mit Phil Dockerill, Technical Sales bei BlackFog. Most organizations think a cyber attack is successful the moment someone breaks in. The reality, nothing has happened until data leaves your organization.
And that completely changes how we should be looking at cybersecurity.
Phil, why do most organizations still think cybersecurity is about stopping malware?
Because that's what marketing tells us we have to do, like there's 6,000 different cybersecurity vendors in the market space now. You can look at the Gartner Magic Quadrant for all these different places, and that's what we're being told to look at. We have to focus on detection, on the EDR, XDR, SIEM tools. They're all designed to find threats, not necessarily fix them. A smoke detector doesn't put out a fire. But the attackers, they don't care about being detected. All they care about is getting your data. That's what we're seeing in the industry at the moment.
So what actually defines a successful cyber attack today?
So, data exfiltration is the answer to that one. So if the data doesn't leave, there's no breach. Then there's no loss. Then there's no ransom. So what we're looking at the moment, so BlackFog tracks all of these things. And what we see with the disclosed and the undisclosed attacks that are taking place, that around 96% of these attacks involve some kind of data exfiltration. It's not enough that they just encrypt your data anymore. What they want to do is they want to steal it. It's called double extortion. The more pressure they can put on you to pay money, the more money you're going to pay. So if they've stolen your data and they've encrypted the hard drives and other bits and pieces they're doing, that's when they can get the most money out of you. But it's not just the data, it's your intellectual property, it's your customers, it's your reputation, the regulatory exposure, and the costs, the cost of remediation, the cost of damage control. It's just, it's a huge, huge thing.
But organizations are investing heavily in security tools. Why doesn't that stop this?
Well, it does, but you need multiple tools because the bad actors reverse engineer the popular tools, right? So they know how these other major tools work. They understand these different things, and they know how to get in. So there's multiple different ways to get into your network. There's only a couple of ways to get out. So what BlackFog is focused on is the data exfiltration, the packets of data leaving those endpoints, what created them, where they're going, and where they're going to end up. And that's what BlackFog blocks. So EDR detects the attacks. Sometimes you need eyes on screen. We're seeing AI being used in EDR tools, which means you need to increase your investment, et cetera, et cetera. We've got firewalls that are controlling access and controlling data movement. But then you have to think, how many of my devices are behind the corporate firewall? People are the new perimeter. People are, I'm working from home today. I've got my laptop and other devices. My data is not behind the corporate firewall. And even traditional approaches like DLP, data loss prevention tools, they are complex, they're expensive. It is the project that never ends, and they struggle in modern environments. So none of these were actually designed to stop the data from leaving the endpoint. They were designed to stop people from coming in to take the data off the endpoint. So what we're actually doing is we are monitoring those packets of data, and exactly the gap modern attacks exploit every day is the exfiltration.
So no exfiltration means no breach, no data loss, and no ransom. And now we are seeing a new challenge with artificial intelligence, right?
That's it, exactly. So shadow AI is becoming a huge problem for us. We have a tool called ADX Vision, and the idea is that around about 86% of your employees are using some kind of LLM tool. They're using ChatGPT or Copilot or something along those lines. So what we're doing with ADX, with Vision, is we are monitoring the usage of the different tools. So we can see if they are, so a friend of mine said to me once, if the product is free, you're the product. So if you're uploading data into tools like DeepSeek that keeps all of your data, well, then you're just training that machine. So, and from a data loss prevention point of view, from an exfiltration point of view, users are copying intellectual property, corporate data, and pasting it into these different tools. So shadow AI is something that you absolutely need to keep an eye on and see how it works.
So this is becoming one of the fastest growing sources of data exfiltration risks. So if organizations want to understand their risk, where should they start?
Yeah, you start by understanding what data is leaving your environment, like your whole environment, the entire thing. So where are your devices? Who's using those devices? It's zero trust network access, but the other side of it, it is the way that data is leaving. So most organizations will be shocked at, I mean, there's 100 and something different websites that are notified whenever you go to the BBC webpage because of all the profiling that takes place in the background. Yeah, you'd be amazed at some of the events and some of the people that are notified when you're on the World Wide Web, and even tools that you're using. Tools that you've installed on your devices, they call back to different places and they do different things. They're collecting a lot of different information about you all the time. So yeah, you'd be pretty shocked by what we can discover with a couple of hours running Black Fog on one of your devices.
So with Black Fog, you can run a 7-day ransomware assessment and see in real time what data is leaving your endpoints. We will include the link below. And in the next episode, we will dive deeper into shadow AI.
Fantastic.
Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Wenn Sie wissen möchten, ob Ihre Daten bereits das Unternehmen verlassen, starten Sie das kostenlose Black Fog 7 Tage Ransomware Assessment. Der Link ist in den Kommentaren.